Pokemon Phax.
Has this ever happened to you? Like you're just out and about when suddenly you encounter a Spinarak in the wild? And the Spinarak bites you, injecting its venom into your bloodstream? Then they ask you to pay them a large sum of money for an antidote before the venom spreads any further? And now you're upset because you'll have to blow your savings on this instead of using it to build a new deck for your house? So you reluctantly go grab some cash from a liquor store ATM, but then you remember they charge you like $3 to withdraw your own money? Then you get real upset about it, but then you feel your arm getting numb, so you reluctantly pay the $3 fee. And then you try to go find the Spinarak and accidentally run into your ex in the parking lot. Has that ever happened to you? Then they try to catch up with you, but you're in a hurry, so you brush them off and they mistakenly think you're still upset about the way your relationship ended. And you try to explain that it's not about them and that you'll die soon unless you can pay the Spinarak in time for an antidote. And they scoff at your story before calling you a liar, that you're lying to them just to avoid a confrontation, which is why they broke up with you in the first place. Which is a hard thing to hear, and now you're just upset about the whole thing. So you just walk away while they call you a coward and that you'll never meet anyone who had as much patience for you as they did. Then you stop midway and turn around to say something, but you hold back at the last second because there's no point dredging up past memories. So instead, you head back towards the park where you ran into the Spinarak, and you think you found the Pokemon in time, but then it bites you and blackmails you for money. Then you're real confused about it until you realize that it's a different Spinarak that's also running the same scam. But you give the money to this Pokemon because it makes no difference who you pay as long as you get the antidote. And now that you're no longer dying from the venom, you try to head back home, but then you see an angry Spinarak charging towards you. Then it ignores you and goes up to the other Spinarak that bit you and tell them that you were their target and that your money was theirs. And the second Spinarak just shrugs and tells the first Spinarak that it wasn't their problem and that maybe they should have agreed upon a specific area for the transaction, so the victim didn't confuse the Pokemon for someone else. And at this point, you see a bunch of Spinaraks and ariados emerge from the treetops because now it's turned into a full-blown turf war, and you're caught in the middle of it. But you're cool with it because in the midst of all the confusion and chaos, you came across a duffel bag full of antidotes and all the money they scammed from multiple people. And now you got a little pep in your step because you have enough money for a new deck and then some. So you think about buying a used car so you wouldn't have to walk everywhere and get bitten by all these shady Pokemon. Has this ever happened to you? I'm dying to know because you ruined our sting operation. We've been staking out the Spinaraks this entire time, gathering enough evidence to take them all down. And you took off with all the money from the victims instead of turning it in to the authority. We'll be seeing you soon. I'm a hollowed out book full of heroin, and this has been another episode of Pokemon Phax. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more factual Pokemon facts. Have a wonderful Pokemon day.